welcome back, Bionicle fans, Lego fans, A-Fulls and T-Fulls alike. My name is Captain Geo, and I'm back again for another mock review. Today I am focusing on Elihu, Toa of Plasma. This is a relatively new mock, and you might know this little guy here from my 300 subscriber special. He was not named, but he definitely was named Elihu at the time. I just didn't credit anybody as Elihu because I did all the voices. Anyway, let's set this guy off to the side really quick and talk about Matoran Elihu. So as you can see, Elihu goes through a bit of a transformation. He was originally a co-Matoran. He lived in the city of Glacia, where Turaga Kopaka made his dwelling. Whoops. And he is very hot-tempered for a co-Matoran. And he is very agile. He likes free running quite a bit. He enjoys using his permafrost icicle, which he has both on his chest and in his hand, just for display reasons. As a Matoran, he wore an Akaku, an adaptive or a Solek version of the Akaku, mask of X-ray vision. He was powerless because he was a Matoran. This is the build is a modified Wombat Combat Pictures Av Matoran size build. So to give him a quick size comparison, there he is compared to Nuru. And here he is compared to an Anika build, in this case Toomari Nuparu. I have this guy here for a special purpose that I want to reveal at a later date. So, he's a relatively tall Matoran, and he is one of the 6 Matoran that revolves around my main story of Darkness Falls. He is what people on the Wombat Combat server on Discord call a Uber Matoran, but because I don't plan on having anybody taller than, let's say, Akmu. That's about as tall as I'll allow the Matoran to get, and I did some work on his mask since you saw him last time. But yeah, most Matoran in my universe, I want to be around the same size as Nuru, or up to the size of Akmu. Let's bring Akmu back again. So about 3 different heights. All 6 of my Matoran are going to be a little bit taller than the usual Matoran, as well as their Toa variants being a little taller than normal Toa. So onto articulation. Elihu has, I believe, 14. 3 each in the legs, 3 each in the arms, and 2 in the neck. He has a double jointed neck, mainly to accommodate for the Glatorian head, serving as his blue eyes. And because of the Wombat Combat torso design, he is a little bit hindered for front and back. I want to eventually change that in the future, but right now he looks fine as he is. He is in my little comedy sketches. Elihu is seen as a bit more childish. I tried to give him the voice of Eric Cartman from South Park in that last video that you saw him in, but it ended up being a little bit off. It definitely wasn't Eric Cartman, and I don't want him to be like personality-wise the exact same. Just the voice I wanted to match. And he'll be also featured in another short that I want to make in the future. So that is Elihu's Matoran form. Let me set him off to the side and bring in his Toa form. So as per my story, he found his Toa stone after the threat of the Makuta were rediscovered, and worse comes to worse, and one thing led to another. The Mask of Life, blah blah blah. He became a Toa of plasma instead of a Toa of ice, and he still wields. He still has the Uniter Mask of Ice. I'm just gonna call it a Nakaku, just because that's what I'm used to. He instead of a sword on this one, he wields a plasma rifle, which you saw in his teaser. And let's just take the plasma rifle out so you can see that. And it is based off of a gunblade design that I found on Reddit. So this design is not mine. I only modified it slightly, and I got this. And I added a scope, so it's basically a different design altogether. And I used a Mixel ball piece in here, and that served as a rack bolt. And just change his stance here. Now, Elihu's a little bit more lanky than Valen is. And I have him here. I'll show a size comparison later on. His arms are relatively long for his size, but Bionicle characters were never really meant to have human proportions anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. And even as a Toa, he still kept his permafrost icicle from when he was a Matoran. He can't use it as a Toa plasma, so he just keeps it on his back for sentimental reasons. And he is a relatively posable character. I tried to use a Modifoot inside his torso, and that was a challenge for me. I have not used that piece to build with before, but I think it worked out rather well for my first try. His feet are relatively the same as Valen's. They're just inverted to be the Toa Plasma design, with a little bit of extra stud greebling right there. The legs I am very proud of. They are entirely Technic based, all of it. So I can see it through the viewfinder here. Yeah, they are entirely like densely compacted into one massive design. And yeah, it's a little messy. I used black lift arms here instead of white, but that's all I had. So, and I didn't have any more white ones after building the upper legs, which I built first. So, and I used these white Inika, white Inika shoulder pieces as thigh armor. And I put a couple tires in here to smooth out the sharp angle from ball joint to stock to Vaki waist piece. His upper body is entirely basically everything in this MOC is entirely customized. Everything in this MOC here, there's no prefab pieces in here at all except for the head and the feet, which is something I really like about it. So I said I was going to bring Valen back in here, but let's bring back Nuru. There he is with Nuru. Here he is with an Anika build. Toomari Nuparu. Elihu's a bit taller. Elihu stands at around 10.5 inches tall. Actually, I don't have to guess. I have a tape measure here. Hey, what do you know? 10.5 inches. I got it right. And here he is with Valen. They sit at like Elihu's a little bit shorter. Valen stands at around 10.5, 10 3/4 to 11 inches tall. So Elihu is probably one of the shortest MOCs that I've ever done. That's Toa sized anyway. But I think I was able to pack in a lot of detail when I was building him. So, and as you could see, like before, this one piece is rattling around a lot. That's because this entire assembly here, his torso is entirely held together with friction. Not all of it, of course, just this front chest piece here. That's held together just through friction, and this CCBS armor piece is holding it in place. So this is just sitting here by the power of friction, and it's not really moving. So it's not causing any stress to the pieces, and it's holding together very well, so it is not an illegal connection. So he does have a few problems with arm rotation here because of the shoulder armor and the spikes that I have here. They have a tendency to grind on each other, but he doesn't have entirely limited reach, unlike some other MOCs that I know that have a design like this. So he uses the ice shields as shoulder armor pieces from Hero Factory. Silver Scrawl pieces, because I have because plasma is basically a conductor, so having some silver in his color scheme makes sense to me. And in the real world, he can. In the real world, plasma is basically the fourth state of matter. So I'm going to story-wise revolve that around his entire character. Like, yeah, he can still superheat things. He can withstand extreme heat even more so than Matoran can in universe. However, he can also command lightning, because lightning is a type of plasma. And yes, I know lightning is already an element, but it's plasma, and that's the real world application of it. Let me get Matoran Elihu out of here. So he can channel his plasma powers through his gunblade, his plasma rifle, and I made I made the sound effect that you heard this thing make from scratch, and I thought it sounded really, really good. Like, it's well, other than the reloading sound, and yeah, I think the reloading sound was the only thing that I didn't make from scratch. So I'm really proud of the sound that I made for this rifle. It doesn't actually, unfortunately, it doesn't make the sound that I made for it, but it's good to imagine that it can, like you saw in the teaser video for Elihu. So let me just bring Valen in here again. I'm really proud of these two MOCs. Valen, for personal reference, is the leader of the Toa team that they are a part of, the Toa Kanan, or the Toa Kanan. I haven't fully disclosed a proper pronunciation for it yet. And Valen is the leader, Elihu is the deputy, and I think they work together relatively well, considering they have generally opposite personalities. So if you really like this new type of this content, please leave a like, hit the subscribe button if you like it, and consider looking at my other videos if you want to see more. And I have a Discord server, link in the description, so you can join. It's free to join. So if you like this type of content, please consider subscribing, hit the notification bell to actually be notified when I upload. Hit the like button to let me know that you like this content, you want to see more. Leave a comment down below to tell me what you think of this MOC. Yes, it has its flaws, but I really like, even with the flaws and all, I really enjoy the character and the silhouette of the MOC itself. And if you want to see more of this type of content, please tell me. And yeah, I've kind of run out of things to say, so I'll see you later. This is Captain Geo with Elihu and Valen signing off. Thanks for watching, guys.